Have you ever stared at the ceiling of your room and thought to yourself, why is everyone else's life going so smoothly, while mine is just a loop of stalling and bad luck? Take a moment to pause. Tell me the truth. How many times have you made a plan, got all excited, but right when you were about to start, a voice in your head said, forget it, you've got no talent, you've got no money, you've got no connections. We humans are masters at making 1,000 excuses for our misery, our laziness, and our escape from responsibility. We think successful people came from another planet, we think they had special genes, or an angel came down, took their hand, and placed them right at the peak of the mountain. But what is the truth? The truth is that behind those pretty smiles on magazine covers, behind those grand empires, lies a real nightmare, plenty of tears, sleepless nights, and brutal failures that nobody shows to the camera. Did you think some famous soccer player, or some billionaire actor, was handed everything on a silver platter on day one? No, my friend, all of them rose from the mud, from the depths of humiliation, and from the darkest moments of their lives. If you think you are doomed to be just a spectator until the end of your days, listen to me until the very end of this video, because your perspective on the world is about to be shattered so thoroughly that you won't have a single excuse left to surrender. To understand how the world works and how to build everything out of nothing, we have to look at someone who completely redefined the word impossible in this world. Picture Lionel Messi, a boy from the city of Rosario in Argentina who, when kids his age were running around the soccer field like bulldozers, looked like a weak, scrawny little schoolboy due to a growth hormone deficiency. Imagine that, in a team where everyone was athletic and tall, every time they hit him, he would get knocked flying to the side of the pitch. Doctors had told him he could never become a professional athlete and should just sit at home in a corner. Many of us, at the first sign of the world not saying yes to us, at the very first no we hear, quickly throw a tantrum, cry our eyes out, and say, see, I told you it wasn't meant to be. See, I told you I'm just unlucky. But what did Messi do? Instead of sitting around and crying over his short stature, he turned those tiny feet of his into a magical tool. He glued the ball to his feet in a way that left the biggest defenders in the world staring into his eyes in pure astonishment. This is the very first golden lesson of life. The universe doesn't care about what you don't have. The universe focuses entirely on what you are willing to pour your whole soul into. Consistency, right where raw talent and physical conditions surrender, shifts the game in your favor. But wait, this is just the beginning of the story. When Barcelona took him under their wing and brought him to Spain, did you think the pain ended? Exile, separation from family, painful hormone injections during his teenage years, and crushing psychological pressures. These were the things that would shatter any ordinary person and send them running back to square one. You're just like that too, aren't you? As soon as you step into a new path, as soon as the first serious challenge pops up in front of you, you want to burn all the bridges behind you and run back to your familiar, miserable comfort zone. This is precisely where psychology teaches us about the law of enduring pain. Great people are not those who don't feel pain. Great people are those who have learned how to befriend pain and use it as fuel for the engine of their progress. Every time Messi felt homesick, every time his leg throbbed under the brutal weight of heavy training, he did only one thing. He kept his head down, shut his mouth, and trained harder. And you, at the first obstacle that comes your way, you get exhausted quickly and forget why you even started this game in the first place. Now let's step out of the green soccer pitch and enter another world to see just how far human willpower can push the boundaries of reality. Bring Arnold Schwarzenegger to your mind's eye. A boy from a small, remote village in Austria, with a stern, harsh father who had zero faith in him and thought Arnold would never amount to anything great. In his youth, Arnold had nothing. No capital, no connections, not even proper English. But he had a crazy dream locked inside his head, to become the strongest man in the world and then go on to Hollywood to become a superstar. When he shared this dream with others, they laughed at him and told him he was out of his mind. But what was Arnold's secret? His ultimate secret was absolute mental visualization. Before he could even lift a heavy dumbbell, he had already seen himself standing on the World Championship podium in his mind, lifting the trophy high. My question to you is this: how many times have you lost in your mind before even stepping into a battle? How many times have you told yourself, I can't do this, my English isn't good, I don't have the capital. Arnold teaches us that the human mind doesn't know the difference between reality and a powerful imagination. When you constantly think about failure, you are inviting failure in with your own hands. But when you, like Arnold, carve your roadmap into your mind with every single detail, the universe and harsh circumstances slowly but surely surrender to your ironclad willpower. But my friend, don't let appearances fool you. The path to success is not paved with roses. When Arnold went to America and entered the cinema industry, the first critics told him his accent was atrocious, his physique was way too bulky, his last name was unpronounceable, and he would never become a major actor. What does an ordinary person do at that point? Arnold could have agreed with them and packed his bags back to Austria. But what did he do? He built stepping stones out of those insults and criticisms. He spent hours working on his accent, took acting classes, and later became the Terminator of world cinema. This is precisely what they call psychological resilience. It means life doesn't ask you how heavy the blow was that you took. Life asks you only one question. After getting knocked down, how fast did you get back up and brush the dirt off your clothes? If you're going to sit on the sidewalk and cry your eyes out with every single wound, you might as well never start at all. Because the world shows no mercy, the world gives no shares to the weak. Now let's put these pieces together so your mindset fully grasps the big picture. Messi taught us that consistency covers up flaws. Arnold taught us that mental imagery and self-belief shatter barriers. But how do we apply these in our daily lives? Through a ruthless mechanism called personal discipline. Throw motivation in the trash. Motivation is like a balloon. It's there when you wake up in the morning, but by noon it deflates and drops to the floor. What keeps you going is not motivation, it's habits and discipline. Remember Bruce Lee, someone you look at and think you're dealing with a supernatural being. But what was Bruce Lee's secret? Daily training, the tedious repetition of the most basic foundational techniques in absolute silence, far away from all the noise. He said, I do not fear the man who has practiced 10,000 kicks once, I fear the man who has practiced one kick 10,000 times. You are doing the exact opposite. Today you start something, tomorrow you don't feel like it, the day after you find a new excuse, and then you wonder in astonishment why your life never changes. Your brain loves comfort, loves slouching on the couch and binge watching shows. Your brain hates growing because growth hurts. This is where you must treat yourself like a harsh commander. Discipline means doing precisely what needs to be done, even if at that exact moment, every fiber of your being is screaming at you to quit. Let me tell you another brutal truth that maybe nobody has ever dared to look you in the eyes and tell you. We are always waiting for a flawless situation. We think everything needs to be fixed before we hit start. A high-end camera, massive capital, an extraordinary family background, a carefree mood free of stress, and a completely smooth path. Meanwhile, you need to carve this into the walls of your room in letters of gold. A flawless situation never exists. The very person who was living in the best conditions today started one day from the middle of the mud, from a small, dark room, and drowning in debt. The difference between you and them is that they were terrified, but took action anyway. You were terrified, and stopped completely. Fear is never going to go away. Courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is having your hands shake, having your heart pound fast, but still taking that next step firmly onto the ground. Now let's have a quiet moment together. Years from now, when you've grown old and are sitting in a chair looking back at your past, will you regret the things you did, or will you regret the things you never dared to reach for out of fear of what people would say, out of fear of judgment, and out of fear of failure? This life belongs to you. It's an extraordinary blank canvas that you are currently painting in gray, terrifying colors of excuse making. Right now, at this very second while you are hearing my voice, I know that deep inside your chest you carry a hero. An exhausted hero that you've kept locked away for years because you were terrified of showing the world how much power you truly possess. It doesn't matter how much debt you have right now, how broken your heart is, how terrible your family situation is, or how many times you've failed up to this point. The starting point is right here, right now, from this exact moment when you decide to stop being a victim of your circumstances and become the commander of your own life. So let's make an agreement on one thing. Starting today, starting this very second when this video comes to an end, take the game of life more seriously. Stop backing down because of what people might say. Stop burying your head in your knees at the very first obstacle, and remember that failure is not the end of the road at all. Failure is just a piece of data, a road sign telling you, do not go down this path, the right path is built this way. You are not doomed to fail unless you raise the white flag of surrender with your own hands. Stand up, shake yourself off, and show this stubborn world how much untapped power you've been hiding inside yourself that you haven't even discovered yet. If this video managed to spark a fire inside your heart, it means that little seed of awakening has finally sprouted. Send this video to someone you know is stalling in life and needs a massive transformation, and in the comments section, write to me with all your might. Starting tomorrow, which damn habit are you going to kick out of your life forever? I read every single comment. I am waiting for your fierce, high-energy thoughts. Take care of yourself, keep your head held high, and until the next video, keep moving forward strongly and powerfully.